Good morning to you, class. I hope you're having a great start for your day. And today we're going to be talking about outcomes and events. You should be able to identify outcomes and count the different ways and different outcomes of an event. So let's first talk about an experiment. An experiment is an investigation or procedure with varying results. For example, when I plant my garden and I plant my edamame seeds, my planting them is my experiment. Now, how many sprout is actually the results of my experiment, and that's not usually very many. So, outcomes are all the possible results of an experiment. For example, if you roll a number cube, aka a die, the outcomes on there would be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Those are the possible outcomes. An event is a collection of one or more outcomes. So we talk about favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes are the outcomes of a specific event that you want to have happen. So for example, my favorable outcomes, if I'm rolling a number cube, aka a die, if I want to find out what's the probability or eventually probability of rolling a 3 or a 4, 3 and 4 are my favorable outcomes. So what are the favorable outcomes of rolling an even number? Okay, well, all your outcomes from above are listed. The favorable ones would be only the evens, so 2, 4, and 6. Number 2, what are the favorable outcomes of a number greater than 4? Well, which ones are greater than 4? That would be 5 and 6. Let's think about a deck of cards. Okay, not many of you guys know much about cards, but maybe you should start, since you're at home, getting out a deck of cards. There's 52 cards in a deck. There are 4 suits. Each suit has an ace, king, queen, jack, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. So that makes 13. So I want to know, what are the favorable outcomes of drawing a jack in a deck of cards? Well, you would have the jack of hearts. You'd have the jack of, ooh, my drawing is going to be really terrible. Spades, ooh, that's bad. Jack of diamonds. And the jack of clubs. Yeah, I'm not a very good artist. Don't tell Mrs. Conrad, okay? So those are what we call favorable outcomes. Okay, this is an example on page 403 of your book, but I drew them off to the side. It says you are randomly choosing a marble. Okay, can you guys see my marbles? There's 8 of them, right? So it says, how many possible outcomes are there? Well, how many marbles do you count? I count 8. So that would be the number of outcomes, 8. Okay? And if it asks you to list them, you would say 2 blue, you'd write blue, blue, yellow, 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 red, green, and black. You got to make sure you list all 8 of them. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep. It says, in how many ways can choosing blue occur? Well, how many different ways can you choose blue? Well, look at, you have 2 of them that are blue, so there's only 2 ways. And then C says, in how many ways can choosing not yellow occur? Well, how many of them are not yellow? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ways. What are the favorable outcomes of not choosing yellow? Well, if we don't want to choose yellow, the favorable ones that we want to get would be blue, blue, red, green, oops, too many E's in green, and black. All right, so this is the workbook practice page. It says a bag is filled with 4 red marbles, 3 blue marbles, 3 yellow marbles, and 2 green marbles. You randomly choose 1 marble from the bag. A, find the number of ways the event can occur, and B, find the favorable outcomes of the event. So number 1 says choosing a red. Okay, so A, find the number of ways that it can occur. Well, it could occur 4 ways because there's 4 of them that are red. And then what are your favorable outcomes? Well, red, 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 and red. Not hard, is it? If I look at number 2, choosing a green. How many ways are there to choose a green? Well, there's only 2 ways. Well, what are they? Green and green. Let's look at number 4. It says choosing not blue. How many ways is there to not choose a blue? Well, you got to add them all up. Okay, so 4 and 3, 4 plus 3 plus 3 plus 2. How many are in there? There are 12 of them in there. And we don't want blue. So we're going to take off the 3 that are blue. So how many ways would that be? There would be 9. Then find the favorable. Well, you'd have to put red, red, red. I'm going to abbreviate here soon. Red, yellow, 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 green, green. So that should be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yep. All right. Number 5 says, in order to figure out who will go first in a game, your friend asks you to pick a number between 1 and 25. Do you ever do that? Yep, sure do. What are the possible outcomes? Well, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. What are the favorable outcomes of choosing an even number? Well, that would be all your even numbers. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. And then the last one, it says, what are the favorable outcomes of choosing a number less than 20? And rather than rewriting all of these, I would just rewrite this whole thing. It's got to be less than 20, so I cannot include 20. So just those numbers would be written down below. All right, so I want to ask you, why is the obtuse triangle always so frustrated? Why is the obtuse triangle always so frustrated? Because it is never right. Get it? Because it's never a right angle. Oh my gosh, I'm killing myself here. All right, well, I might post an assignment and it might just be the video to watch. So be looking in Google Classroom.